welcome to Self-Portraits for Drawing. I have a student example here of what a student did. It's an expressive self-portrait. Obviously she's happy. And this was her drawing. A really strong feature was her highlights and her darks and her hairline, shine on her eyes, even skin tone. Teeth are tricky, so not a lot of shading between teeth. So when I was working on my self-portrait, I decided not to show my teeth. And even hands take extra time, we know that too. So this was done by a student. So here I am. On my iPad, I had a student take a few different pictures of me in front of a white wall, or something white works out the best, and try to make it pretty close to even, as much as symmetrical as you can. So this is my picture. I turned it to black and white. Then when you print it out, grab a ruler, grab a pencil, and if you want to come peek, try to find the center line of your face. So I did that like this, and I tried to find it pretty even, and cut it in half, just like this. So here's my face cut in half, and I have to decide which side of my face am I going to draw. I'd actually like to do this because I'm right-handed. So you're going to need 2 pieces of tape. And I don't want to put tape where I'm going to draw because it's just yucky. I'm going to put the tape up here, and I'm going to put the tape along the bottom. So, and I don't want to use glue. Glue gets all like bubbly and weird, and I'm good to go. Now if I take a ruler, I can measure and I can see pretty close how far I need from my face. So this was my other side. And I'm trying to see that I need at least over 2 inches before I hit where my cheek would be. So I think it's about there. All right. If you're at home and you don't have a ruler, you can just go like this. So typically our line for our eyes, and I'm just going to draw a light to start. Nothing that has to start out perfect. Our eyes are typically, or our head is typically 5 eyes across. Our nostrils line up with our tear ducts, like right here. The pit or corner of our mouth usually lines up right about where our pupil is. So that will help me when I start to get some of this stuff in. So I'm going to look at the shape of my eyes. I always know that the bottom lid is just not one line. You can actually see the thickness of like your bottom lid. I'm trying to have it match as close as I can. I don't want to do any shading until I feel pretty comfortable. Oh, that's getting better. Again, so nostril is lining up pretty close. Our pupils and our irises are perfect circles on our bodies. So I try to draw really round, or at least try to trace as round as I can. And then I can get my tear ducts. They usually come down right to your, your fold down to your tear ducts. And I have some little kind of smiley lines coming on. I don't want to make them too dark, otherwise they really can age a drawing. Let's see what else. When I get ready to do my hair, it'll probably be more like this style right here. So I'm going to get ready. I need to do skin. If I start skin like this, it usually doesn't work out too good. I take a little piece of paper, and I like to hold my pencil pretty flat, and I can take a Kleenex or I can take a Q-tip. I usually like a Kleenex, and I roll it on my finger, sometimes a couple little thicknesses. And yeah, I can't get big details, but I can load it up, and then from my picture I can start to see where I'm going to start to get some of my skin tone. And it'll already add some form to my face because it'll make it look like it's a little more three-dimensional. I can still see where my eyebrow is going to be. And then when I get ready to draw my eyebrow, all these little hairs can grow out of the skin. Just like if I had whiskers, but I don't. But if I had whiskers, all the little whiskers and all that stuff grows out of skin. Alright, so I'm going to load this back up again and start to work on my skin. There's darks here. There's darks especially underneath your shadow of your chin. Right here. And I'm getting pretty good so far. Takes a while. And you can start building it in. So far I've got a lot more darks to work on. I can start shading and working on the rest of my face. I probably say I got at least another hour left, maybe more. Then you can start going back in and adding your details. So all these little details. Hair, I know it's going to go in this direction right here. So I'm going to bring all these dark values down the direction that it's hanging and growing. And if I had a dark ebony pencil, I'd probably even use a darker soft pencil too and start to grow this hair in the direction it needs to go. So that's where my part was way up there. And I know it's going to have to at least go back to here. I got my glasses into there. When I got my highlights done, oh, I love that. It makes me think of summer. You can take your eraser back and get some of these little shiny spots on your hair too. So with hair, you can get your darks, you can put in your roots, and then you can kind of keep blending this in. So sometimes it says hair might take as long as the whole other drawing put together. And this can start framing my face in. Might actually come in way over to here. So darks, eraser for streaks, and then you're going to get that depth in the hair, like you can see right into here. So white backgrounds work really good because then you don't have to shade in the background. It gives you good contrast for your hair. And then you just got to keep working, and I really want to keep working. But I'm going to make sure I have a good shade right under here, a nice strong chin line without having too much of a line. So have a line, but have it delineated with some value. And you can kind of work on that and then work on your hair, and you're good. So welcome to your self-portrait.